Hey, what's going on guys? It's Matt, and before I go ahead and get into all the juicy bits, I want to go ahead and clarify that this is going to be running on a 3.3.6 modified build, thanks to Unknown44. And now, if anybody has any problem with the actual internal company of CIG or anything like that, if y'all have any problem with this, go ahead and just let me know. I'll take it down. I don't mean this in any malicious intent or anything like that. I'm not going to be like showing people how to hack or break anything, obviously, and I didn't even create any of this, so I'm just using it and just showing it because it's, simply put, fucking awesome, and I just want to show it. Because I know a lot of people don't really want to do this as they're scared, or they just don't do anything like that, but I really just don't see any problem with it, rather than just taking apart what's there and just showing it. I don't mean this in any spoiler purposes. There's nothing really big to spoil as there's no interiors. It's just taking a look at some really cool models that y'all built. Without further ado, thanks to Unknown44 for his tool, and if y'all want to go ahead and do this for yourself, I'm not going to be showing you how, but you can go ahead and probably dig out some tutorial and figure it out in a matter of minutes if you wanted to, but keep in mind that if any of you guys are looking at this and be like, oh boy, I can't wait to hack online and blah blah blah. No, you can't really do that with this intent. It's going to fail the initial check. So with the initial tool, you're not supposed to be able to do that, thank fuck, because fuck all of you cheaters, and that's not the intention. Sorry about my phone. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, while we wait for the elevator to call, let's go ahead and get over there and start it up. We can go ahead and analyze the models. So we're going to be taking a look at the F7A and the F8 Lightning and its counterparts. Well, not necessarily its counterparts, but for comparison, we have the Anvil Arrow, which is another aerodynamic design, and then the F7C, which is the civilian version. No, you bastard. You cheat. Alright. Alright. So, yeah, once again, you can really just go ahead and right there notice how big the F8 is compared to the F7 or anything like that. It's pretty insane. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with a nice introduction to the F7A. The F7A, in lore purposes, is the militaristic version of the F7C. It's much more aerodynamic, much more inspired by modern fighters. It's very sleek, much more sleek compared to the F7C, which is really boxy compared to the F7A. You could just notice like on how much more smooth everything is connected, and it's closed up bottom. No really like just a bunch of scoops and stuff that really just seals the design language of it, just showing that it's a more aggressive stance to the F7C, which you have the F7C right here, which is much more boxy, a lot more square, much less aerodynamic, but still yet aerodynamic, and much more compared to a bunch of other ships that are considered to be flying bricks. Aurora. Yeah, so it's just open under here on the F7C, but on the F7A, it's much more closed and well put. None of the interaction points are actually on the F7, so you can't actually get inside. I'm sure you can check out the interior if you actually mess with the camera, but I'm horrible with that, and I don't mean to put y'all through a lot of problems as I try to figure it out. So if anybody else has any other videos, I'm sure you can find some pictures just from the actual official sources on CIG if you want to take a look at the interior. That's there, and that's all well put. And Jesus, why am I getting spammed? I apologize for that. Alright, so let's check out the loadout. I have to back up after learning for so long, unless I'm going to hit some interaction points. So we're going to take a look at the ship in the vehicle loadout manager, the VLM. Let's go ahead and go to Anvil Hornet F7A. And here it is, right here. You can go ahead and just notice everything that we basically already talked about. It's very sleek, much more aggressive, aerodynamic, and well put. It just looks fantastic. I love this ship. This ship looks fantastic. I'm in love. So now the only thing that's actually final, well, okay, final is a loose word. Nothing on here is really final ever. But the thing that is actually part of the F7A that's included is the ball turret. I know you can go ahead and look down here, and this is the Super Hornet ball turret, but if you take a look at it, it's much more bulky, and it has a giant ball on it. But everything works. It all connects, so you can put a store all on the Hornet, and you know everything works and it all fits and it's there. So it's really cool. That's just a added bonus, I guess, of it still being an F7. All the attachments from the original Hornet still fit. Whether that'll actually come across on the final version, who knows? But you know, it stands to reason that I feel like it would be, because you know you can get an F7A actually in the verse by getting a body kit, so to speak. But in all legitimate manners, you actually have to be enlisted to fly one of these things. So unless you have a very rare body kit, you can't fly the F7A in the verse. Will that change? Probably, let's be honest. But I honestly hope not. I like having exclusive ships. Not me personally, I don't mean exclusive, I like to be exclusives. I mean just like I like there being ships out there that you can't really obtain without having special accommodations and things like that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the quantum drive. Once again, this is what I'm talking about for it being in the works, not really final. As you can see, it's a level 1, or a size 1 grade 1 RSI quantum drive, civilian class, on a military grade ship that obviously isn't final. Something's going to go through and be upgraded. And you go into the systems. Once again, we're running Aegis Dynamics size 1 coolers. We have 2 of those. They're, you know, but they are military class, so that is interesting. Obviously, they'll be changed, though. I fully expect them to come across with some Anvil coolers and things, but who knows? Who knows? But honestly, probably. Alright, and then you look at the power plant. Once again, that's the Aegis Regulus. And the shield generators, there's 2 left and right for the All-Stop, which are size 1 grade 3 military class by Gorgon Defender Industries. And the weapons, okay, and this is where it gets interesting. See the MSD 341 missile racks, and they each hold 4 Marksman 1 missiles, which are size 1 grade 1s. And so it's a total of 8 missiles, 4 per wing. And for the guns, you have 2 dual GT-220s. I believe all other Hornets have GT-220s right now currently on the wings, gimbaled on the S4, so it's an S3 weapon. And you pop on down to the nose turret, and you have CF-227 Badger laser repeaters on the gimbals out front. And then you also have Panthers, which are up top on the ball turrets, which can be swapped in and out, and those are size 3. So that's a pretty decent loadout. I mean, it's a fighter ship. You know, it's good. It's nothing really like too crazy compared to the F7A, rather than probably increased speed, better aerodynamics and movement, and maneuverability and things like that. But when you actually take over from the F7A to the F8 Lightning, this ship is a beast through and through. Now it actually has all its hardpoints set up, and the interaction nodes are actually connected. And you can actually, if you actually manage to get inside, you can notice that a lot of the interaction points in the cockpit are functioning and working. It has flight ready, it has power on and things. It probably can fly. It's just a hassle to get it currently be able to be selected in flying. But if you actually try to open it in the pilot canopy, you can see that nothing really works. And if you hit enter pilot seat, it glitches up because the animations aren't connected. But I personally do think that the ship can be flown. But what do I know? I'm probably pretty stupid, so who knows. Alright, so the F8 Lightning, as we were talking about earlier, it's massive. The ship has crazy loadout, it's better in every way. It's manufactured in the lore purpose is to basically replace the obsolete old-ass F7 Hornet, which has been well overdue for a replacement, and the F8 is taking that purpose. So the F8, as its current design, I love this ship. I didn't think I would. Looking at it in the past, I didn't like the design at all. Looking at it now, I love it. It looks fantastic, and it's just a very, very mean, threatening ship. As you can tell, it has a pretty beast loadout through and through. Really kind of looks like the Saber, but not like it's in the Saber, which is, it's a compliment because I think the Saber is my favorite combat ship and I love the look of it, absolutely. Alright, I need to back up from all these interaction points. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the loadout of the F8 Lightning, excuse me. Alright, so the Anvil F8 Lightning. So the propulsion, once again, is not complete, I don't think. You can see right here for the Quantum Drive as a size 1, grade 1 civilian TARDIS drive. And its systems, once again, are Polar, Aegis Dynamics, size 1, grade 1 coolers, and the power plants is a Maelstrom, size 2, grade C, which is actually military, but it's Aegis. Shield generators aren't actually selectable, so I don't necessarily know if that means it's missing its shields, or if it just doesn't have the hard points altogether, or it's there and you just can't tweak it. Because you can see something there, like a shimmer on 3 shield slots. Oh, sorry, okay, 4, because that's just a little mishap. So 4 shield generators. I don't know if that actually means what it means, but if so, that's insane. So who knows? Alright, so the missile Rex has MSD 322s, which have 2, so it only has 4 missiles altogether, but they're size 2, grade 1s, and they're infrared tracking. So that has, honestly, I mean, if you want to put it up to the F7A, it's about the same. Bigger missiles, less missiles, harder punch. But that's to each their own. But who cares about that when you have, honestly, simply put, a shitload of weapons. You have a Panther laser repeaters on bottom of the belly, and then you also have on the wings right here, you can see on the inner part of the wing, you have M5As, or excuse me, on the inner part of the wing, you have the M6As, which are size 4, grade 1s, bearing laser cannons. And then on the outer wings, on both sides, you have the M5As, which are obviously one step down, size 3. And then you go up to the ball turret up top, you have more M5As, size 3s, both dual, and then here's the additional Panther, which are once again on the belly. So this ship has a lot of firepower. Honestly, nothing will beat this ship, it seems like. It seems like if you have one of those things on the battlefield, it will honestly just completely destroy you. Alright, and looking at the comparison points of the Anvil Aero, I just thought I'd include it because it's another aerodynamic ship made by Anvil, and it's just kind of similar in point to the actual cockpit. If you get inside, you can really just see the what's the word? The radar is about similar to the Anvil F8 Lightning. So that was just a comparison there. So that about wraps it up. I could include other things where I actually spawned in the ships in around Hurston and got some beauty shots. So that's pretty cool. I may throw those up now. If not, you're not going to be seeing them. So who knows? But that's about covers it, guys. Thank you all for watching. There's really not much more I can do with these ships currently, unless I actually figure out how to throw in and fly the F8. But it seems like I know the F7A is not currently flyable. The F8 maybe, but everything else as it stands isn't really functioning. It's all placeholder. Really, this is all just made to go ahead and check out this awesome designs. And I hope you all appreciate it. Once again, not meant to be any sort of malicious intent. I just wanted to show these awesome cool designs for all you guys. And thank you again so much, Unknown44, for these awesome tools. Whether or not you may have problems with the guy, I may or may not have some either. You can't deny that this tool is a pretty damn awesome accomplishment, and it opens up the door to so many content and just analyzing things. You know, I understand that this wasn't released to be like any sort of hacking tool. He doesn't mean to really break into multiplayer, make everybody's like GTA 5 online like complete hell. Honestly, I mean, you can't even compare this game to that game, obviously. That game's a piece of shit compared to this, but whoa, I'm getting off track. Thank you so much for the tool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we can do more things like this, and yeah. Alright, I will see you guys in the verse.